Subject: Agriculture Grade 5. Strand: 1.0 Conserving our environment. Substrand: 1.3 Living better with wild animals. Objectives: by the end of the substrand, the learner should be able to A. Identify measures that can be carried out in the community to live better with wild animals. B. Control small wild animals in the local environment. C. Demonstrate care when relating with wild animals for personal health and safety. D. Appreciate importance of living better with wild animals. Conserving our environment. Measures to be taken for better living with wild animals. Dear learner, in order for us to live or coexist in peace with wild animals, a number of measures or actions need to be taken. These measures include the following. 1. Education and awareness. The government and everyone responsible needs to conduct community workshops and educational programs to raise awareness about local wildlife, their behavior, and the importance of coexistence. Everyone should know how animals behave and how we can live with them in the same community in harmony. We can educate the community by distributing informational materials, brochures, or newsletters to residents to educate them about the local wildlife. 2. Secure trash management. This means we need to have a safe way of keeping trash and food remain. Many animals come to our homes to look for food remains that we throw carelessly. Let's encourage residents to use wildlife-proof trash cans that wildlife cannot access, to prevent animals from scavenging for food in garbage. Local and national government needs to establish and enforce strict garbage disposal laws and regulations, especially in areas where wildlife is known to be active. 3. Pet management. How do you manage and take control of your pets? Keep your pets indoors, especially during dawn and dusk when many wild animals are active. Use leash laws to control pets when outdoors to reduce the risk of conflicts with wildlife. A leash is a rope or similar material used to control an animal by attaching it to a collar, harness, or a halter. Leash laws tell you how long a leash should be, which animals should be leashed, which animals can be used for hunting, etc. 4. Landscaping practices. Choose plants that are less attractive to wildlife and do not provide excessive cover for food. Install fencing or barriers to protect gardens or crops from wildlife. 5. Limit feeding of wildlife. Discourage the feeding of wild animals, as it can alter their natural behavior and lead to dependency on human-provided food. 6. Habitat preservation. Preserve natural habitats and green spaces to maintain biodiversity and provide sufficient habitats for wild animals. Implement responsible land development practices that consider the needs of wildlife. 7. Traffic safety. Implement traffic calming measures in areas with high wildlife activity to reduce the risk of vehicle collisions. Install wildlife crossings, such as tunnels or bridges, to help animals safely traverse roads. 8. Collaborate with wildlife organizations. Partner with local wildlife organizations and government agencies to develop and implement wildlife management plans. 9. Emergency response plans. Develop and communicate emergency response plans for situations involving potentially dangerous wildlife. Educate residents on whom to contact in case of wildlife-related emergencies. 10. Community reporting. Establish a reporting system for residents to share observations of wildlife activity or any concerns. Use community feedback to adapt and refine coexistence strategies. Remember, the key is to strike a balance that allows both humans and wildlife to coexist in a way that benefits everyone. Communities can adapt these measures based on their specific wildlife challenges and local conditions. Caring for wild animals for personal health and safety. Caring for wild animals requires a delicate balance between providing assistance when necessary and allowing them to maintain their natural behaviors. Here are some general guidelines. 1. Non-interference. In most cases, it's best to observe wild animals from a distance without intervening. Wild animals are adapted to their environment, and interference can disrupt their natural behaviors. Avoid attempting to handle or rescue healthy-looking wildlife. Many animals display behaviors that might seem distressing but are actually normal for their species. 2. Contact wildlife authorities. If you come across a sick, injured, or orphaned wild animal, contact local wildlife rehabilitation centers, animal control, or wildlife authorities. They have the expertise to assess the situation and provide appropriate care. Do not attempt to care for wild animals on your own, as they may have specific dietary and environmental needs that require professional attention. 3. Provide safe shelter. If you are advised by wildlife authorities to provide temporary shelter, ensure it is safe, quiet, and free from disturbances. Keep the animal warm and protected from extreme weather conditions. Do not keep wild animals as pets, their needs are complex, and it is illegal in many places. 4. Feeding. Avoid feeding wild animals, as human food may not meet their dietary requirements and can lead to health issues. Feeding can also create dependence, disrupt natural foraging behaviors, and increase the risk of conflicts with humans. 5. Handle with care. If you must handle a wild animal, do so with extreme caution. Use gloves to protect yourself and handle the animal as little as possible to minimize stress. Be aware that handling wild animals can be stressful for them and may increase the risk of disease transmission. 6. Keep a safe distance. If you encounter wildlife in their natural habitat, maintain a safe distance. Do not approach or chase them, as this can cause stress and disrupt their natural behaviors. Use binoculars or a camera with a zoom lens to observe wildlife without getting too close. 7. Educate others. Raise awareness in your community about the importance of coexisting with wildlife and avoiding unnecessary interference. Encourage others to contact wildlife authorities rather than attempting to care for wild animals independently. 8. Support conservation efforts. Contribute to or volunteer with local wildlife rehabilitation centers, conservation organizations, or animal rescue groups. Support efforts to protect and preserve natural habitats to ensure the long-term well-being of wild populations. Remember that caring for wild animals requires specialized knowledge and training. It's essential to involve professionals who can assess the situation, provide appropriate care, and make informed decisions. Why is it important to positively coexist with wild animals? Why is it good for us to live better with wild animals? Positive coexistence with wild animals is important for several reasons, and these reasons may be ethical, ecological, or human welfare related. 1. In order to maintain our biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity, short for biological diversity, refers to the variety of life on Earth at all levels of organization, from genes to ecosystems or biological communities and their physical environment. It includes the richness and variability or differences among living organisms, including the difference in species, genetic differences within the same population, and the different ecosystems. Wild animals play vital roles in maintaining biodiversity and ecological balance. Each species contributes to the intricate or complicated web of life, and the loss of any species can disrupt ecosystems and lead to very serious effects. 2. Ecological services. Many wild animals provide essential ecological services such as pollination, seed dispersal, and pest control. Positive coexistence helps maintain these services, contributing to the health and resilience of ecosystems. 3. Ecosystem stability. Wild animals often help regulate population sizes of other species, preventing overpopulation of certain organisms and controlling potential imbalances in ecosystems. 4. Cultural and recreational value. Wild animals are integral to cultural and recreational experiences. They contribute to the beauty and cultural value of natural landscapes, supporting activities such as birdwatching, wildlife photography, and ecotourism. Ecotourism, short for ecological tourism, is a form of tourism that focuses on conserving and preserving natural environments, biodiversity, and cultural heritage. Its main aim is to reduce the negative effects of tourism on the environment and local communities while promoting education, conservation, and sustainable travel experiences. 5. Scientific research. Studying wild animals provides important and useful ideas about their behavior, biology, and ecological interactions. Living positively with wild animals enables us to have uninterrupted access to them for observation and research, and this leads to a better understanding of the natural world. 6. Ethical considerations. Treating wild animals with respect and allowing them to live undisturbed in their natural habitats is what ethics promotes. It recognizes the value of all living beings and promotes a sense of responsibility for the welfare of non-human species. 7. Human health and well-being. Positive coexistence with wild animals reduces the risk of conflicts between humans and wildlife, and to human health and safety. Remember, maintaining healthy ecosystems also contributes to clean air and water, which are essential for human well-being. 8. Mitigating climate change. Healthy ecosystems due to different wildlife living at peace contribute to carbon sequestration and play a role in mitigating or reducing the impacts of climate change. Carbon sequestration is when carbon dioxide, CO2, is removed from the atmosphere and stored in carbon sinks such as forests, soils, oceans, etc. 9. Education and inspiration. Wild animals are a source of wonder and curiosity to us. When we live positively with them, we have an opportunity to learn from them and connect with the natural world. It also promotes a sense of environmental stewardship. Dear learner, I really want to thank you for your time and will be happy to see you in my next lesson. Remember to like, subscribe and share widely if you love other school children like yourself. Goodbye for now.